Hi, happy Women's History Month, and today is International Women's Day. Thought I would use this as both of these themes as something for my video blog today, something of relevance to us and what we can use from those themes to help us be the best we can be. I'm really grateful for the strong, the brave, committed women in history who've paved the way for all of us to become successful women in business, in leadership, and in our lives. And there's just so much for us to be proud of as women today. I think if we look historically at what other women in our past have done for us. But again, we always see that there's still so much more progress to be made, right? So I'm sure that you have at least one story in your past where you were treated differently because you were a woman. Now, I'm speaking to women of my audience here, so as a man, just if there are any men watching this, think about women in your life and think about that all of them have probably experienced some occurrence where they were treated differently because they were a woman, and sometimes not in a good way. So, for example, maybe you were told that you needed to take ugly pills and gain 20 pounds before you'd be taken seriously in your role. That really happened. Or another example, true example, maybe you experienced a casual statement during a business meeting about that you probably have a nail appointment to go to. Or another true event that occurred with someone that I know, a thoughtless comment in their corporate job about, well, you might just go start a business baking cookies for all we know. Now, there's nothing wrong with the cookie business. Just ask Debbie Fields, right, of Mrs. Fields Cookies. But that comment, those kinds of comments, it does something, right? It does something, and it belittles us in some way. So each one of those are true examples. I'm sure you have your own. But I also know incredible women who run companies in construction and trucking and own marketing firms and car dealerships and staffing companies, relocation, industrial coatings. All of these businesses are owned and run by women. So we have a real opportunity to make things different for the future. We have women who are really in these great positions. All of us who are out in the business world have an opportunity to make things better for our future and for the future of women coming behind us. So the next time you find yourself in the presence of an ignorant, insensitive statement or comment, be an educator. Be an educator. We need to educate the men in our lives, whether they're our colleagues, our partners, acquaintances, or even other women who aren't supporting the success of a woman, right? We need to be educators. We're really good at being quiet, not addressing an issue head on. We don't want to create conflict. And then we complain about it afterwards to our friends. And we're looking for support because we want other people to agree with us about how terrible and ignorant it is. But yet that doesn't really solve the problem. We need to educate our men, our friends, our sons, our daughters. And we don't have to be bitches about it. We can do it professionally. So now you may be wondering, great, now how am I going to do, how do you do this, right? It's already uncomfortable for me. Someone said something, and now you're asking me to confront it. That's uncomfortable. I agree with you. It's one of the many things in life that it's simple, but it's not easy necessarily. But I promise you, it's also like public speaking. The more you practice, the easier it will become, because I promise you it will not kill you. It will not kill you. So I'm going to give you a very simple equation to remember the next time you find yourself in this kind of educational situation, right? Are you ready for it? It's very simple, right? Simple, not easy, simple, right? Here it is. Tell them. This is the equation. Tell them. They need the feedback. How do we expect people to change if we don't tell them? Believe it or not, they're probably oblivious to this behavior. It's probably something's been modeled for them as normal. They don't see it as a big deal. They're not even thinking about it. We need them to know that it's a big deal. And we need to stop being silent and expecting them to be different without telling them. It's not a secret agenda. We need to make the invisible visible to them. Tell them. So I'm going to give you a quick example of how a conversation might go. Ted, when you say you must have a nail appointment, it appears to me that you're belittling me as a woman and as a professional, and I'm sure that's not what you intend. I'm asking you not to do that again. Do we have an understanding? Then move on to the next topic. Keep it simple. This is called putting a boundary in place. We teach people continuously how to treat us and how to behave around us. What's appropriate around us, what's not appropriate. We can do it in a professional way. It's factual, right? Say the facts. It appears, when you say this, it appears to me that this is what you're doing. I'm sure that's not what you intend, but I'm asking you not to do it again. Ask for what you want. Tell them what you want, and then move on. It's simple. It's not easy, but practice, practice, practice. So let's be the strong, brave, and committed women in history that creates a better place for the women we are leaving behind us. And if you're one of the many wonderful men that we interact with, then be aware of your comments and always be supportive. We love you. Have a wonderful March. Be the best you can be. And I'll look forward to seeing you all in April.